世界最顶级的 crypto influencer， 他们在这一年2025年的 Q4， 他们的计划是什么？
I still think that we're going to build and have a blow-off top bull market that finishes in and around maybe.
We're in a really good position to see, up only.
The last year, I turned a $3,000 portfolio to $600,000 in just one run up.
等一下，我有2个东西要跟你谈。那第一个呢，是我要感谢你给我们你的这个支持，来看我们的这个 SuiRL 华语的频道。你的支持呢，让我很感恩。And 第二个呢，我希望如果你喜欢我们这个频道的话 ，make sure 你 hit 这个 subscribe button， 因为你的这个支持会让我们更有信心来带最好的价值给你。现在我们回去看那个节目吧。Hello， 大家好。那我现在在巴黎的 SuiRL， 就是叫做 SuiRL Event。在这个 event 呢，有87个世界最顶级的 crypto influencer， 全部都是做 YouTube 的、Twitter 的啊，就是在社交媒体，全部都是在币圈里面的艺人。所以我想用这个机会，我想要反问世界最顶级的 crypto influencer， 他们在这一年2025年的 Q4， 就是最后的几个月，他们的计划是什么？我们一起去吧。I'm here with Dan of Full Value Dan.
All right, I'm with Aaron from Coin Bureau Trading.
I'm here with Peter of House of Crypto. I'm here with Crypto Parah. Okay, I'm with Brian right now. Carl, what's your game plan for Q4 2025?
What is his thought for Q4 of 2025 when it comes to the market?
What's your game plan for Q4 2025? Brian, what's your game plan for Q4 2025? What is your plan for Q4 2025? Peter, what's your game plan for Q4 2025?
This is really my first kind of cycle trying to really pay attention, really pay attention to the market and the cycles and get a lot of information from a lot of people. A lot of people think that maybe we're going to have an extended cycle. Some people think that we should have no reason to extend the cycle, but we just have to pay attention and look at the indicators and see kind of like when is the business cycle coming to an end? When is the crypto cycle coming to an end? But for now, I think, as at least of time of recording, we're in a really good position to see, up only. This dips don't bother me at all.
I mean, market's really interesting right now. Bitcoin just broke some key support levels. It's under $110,000. It's a significant moment. I would say after 112K, we were risk on, but right now it's a little bit shaky. But in times like this, I actually like to double down on my conviction. I think doubling down on Bitcoin is by far one of the best moves. But right now, the current meta is definitely all these DATs, these treasury companies that are adding hundreds of millions of dollars of crypto onto their balance sheets outside of Bitcoin. So I really love ETH. I mean, we're at a SUI event right now, and I just talked to the CTO for an hour, and I'm actually mind blown on their vision and really where they're taking this project. So I'd say Q4, if things don't recover on Bitcoin, because we still need that to do well, just continue to stack the majors. I love trading futures, and whenever there's key moments that are broken, I mean, that's when I have an edge in trading, and I'll play that. I made like 300,000 in the last month actually trading assets outside of crypto. So things even like on the stock market, these IPOs, I know even Bullish, it did a 3x from its current initial IPO pre-offering price. So I just look for market advantages just anywhere where I can capitalize on. But if conditions aren't good, if Bitcoin doesn't recover, just stack the majors. I think ETH will still do very well over the next 12 months. That's something that I truly believe in. And then when risk markets are on, Bitcoin is breaking a new all-time high. ETH is going to an all-time high after 4,800. Then what you do is double down on a lot of the on-chain coins. Things are spot. But something I never done before was really get into futures as much as I have over the last year. I turned a $3,000 portfolio to $600,000 in just one run up. So I think right now, if we were to put in a shorter time frame, just tackle the future side, stick with majors. When risk on markets are good, then look into the on-chain coins.
When are you looking to take profit?
Ooh, I mean, you should always be taking profit. It just depends on what alts you're talking about. When it comes to Bitcoin, I will hold that forever as long as it goes till we see $1 million or more. Something happens to me and I just need the money real bad and my YouTube channel gets canceled or something. But if we're talking about altcoins, my strategy normally is I'll take my cost basis out after a 3 to 5x if it's under an 100 mil market cap point. For me, it just depends on the market state, how much exposure I have, how good I feel about a certain project. But generally, I'll try to stick to my own rules, and I think everyone should just have that set.
Of course, I'm going to sell off some coins here and there, but I'm definitely going to buy into Sui, hold Sui, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of the top tokens.
Why will you put Sui together with Bitcoin and Ethereum, it looks like you're very optimistic about Sui.
Yeah, especially because we're in Bali, Indonesia, at the SuiRL. We got invited by the founders, the co-founders, and we got a lot of alpha going on.
Same as always, just position yourself with Bitcoin and Ethereum, short coins you don't believe in, and that's been working for me for this full year. I mean, luckily we've been in a bull market, but you also want to diversify into steadier things. You can't go full leverage. You want to have like different assets that you believe in and different assets that kind of continue to make you money. Maybe you do a little yield farming, maybe you do a little liquidity providing. You never want to put it all on the table. You never want to be all bull or all bear.
Personally, I'm a big 4-year cycle guy. I'm finding it really hard to believe that we're actually going to go into a super cycle. My original trading thesis was 173K in November, but Bitcoin's really struggling to even go above like 125K. So, I mean, it might even go down to like 150, but I feel like we're very, very, very close to the end of the bull market.
So right now the market's been looking a bit scary. I think a lot of people were very pumped and excited to expect a kind of hot summer for crypto. But right now we're seeing a lot of cooling off. I do believe that this is a sort of a manipulated move that we're seeing. So we're seeing the markets building, the stock market, etc., which to me tells me that the markets in general globally are bullish. We are expecting rate cuts probably in September time. Potentially we're going to see a bit of chop until then. I still think that we're going to build and have a blow-off top bull market that finishes in and around maybe December time. Based on sort of liquidity models and things like that. But I think you've kind of got to be a bit dynamic. This crypto bull market has been slightly different from the others. So you've got to be looking at other markers on when you're going to start to get out the markets. Right now, I'm not looking to get out the markets because the markets are fearful. People are scared. This is usually a good time to be getting in. As the market continues to climb and we start to see people becoming more euphoric, more pumped about where crypto is going and the engagement starts to go up, then I will be starting to look to bring money out the market and de-risk. Good indicators to look for that people can keep an eye on is like app downloads for Coinbase and Binance, because this is showing that retail is really flooding back in. So retail is your marker. You understand the sentiment when you're feeling really pumped and excited and you're planning on buying that house or that car or whatever. This is the time that is maybe time to start de-risking. But yeah, right now I'm pretty positive about where we're headed. I think it's a great time for altcoins. I think Solana's going to start to pull back on ETH and altcoins in general look pretty positive.
And you mentioned that you're looking at that time to de-risk to be around December.
Simply because while it does seem confusing, like we're not following the 4-year cycle, I feel like we are loosely following the 4-year cycle. It's still moving in similar ways. It's just taken a little bit longer to get there. We obviously had high interest rates. You had all the confusion around tariffs and other things that have been happening this year. But ultimately, I think a lot of these ideas of this time's different because you've got Donald Trump, a pro-crypto president in the White House. You've got all the global markets, everyone investing in crypto, like the big banks and BlackRock. And this narrative, I think, will catch people. And I think, again, because this is designed to trap people at the top. You've got to be ready to get out when the sentiment is indicating that it's time to get out. So whenever there's fear, get into the market. Whenever everyone's hyped and excited and everyone starts to go long, that's when you want to get out. And really, another thing to think about is the leverage positions. When everyone's getting into trades, you have high funding rates. When the funding rates are really very high, potential for volatility. So de-risk as you go, don't add more as you go.
那我希望你喜欢我们今天带给你的这个节目。那这个节目呢，不是很容易可以有整个世界全部最大的 crypto influencer 在一起的。所以在 comment 一下，你在这一个频道，可以在这个 video 你学到什么 ？And 如果你也是有朋友在这个时候想要在这2025年的最后这几个月好好捉到机会的话，帮我做一件事，帮我跟他们分享。我们在下个影片见吧，交易顺利啊，朋友们，拜拜。